back to the channel, guys. This is Rajarshi, and today together in this video we are going to discuss about something that is fundamentally confusing and very important to discuss as well. So what is the topic? The topic is, what would I do if I were to start photography in 2025? So the first things first I would do is actually not be afraid of AI. You know, there is an AI uprising and everything is being taken over by the AI, but the job of photographers and its art form will never be taken by AI. Why am I saying this? Yeah, AI will be a part of it, but not the entirety of it. This is because photography is an art form. Similarly, using AI to generate images is also a sort of art, but photography itself is a form of art. Machine learning cannot simply take over these things. So what we can do here is we keep our belief and faith in photography and realize in the process that AI is not taking our job. Rather, we could learn to use AI in our advantage, to our advantage, and possibly create something greater. So now that we are not afraid of AI anymore, let us jump into the first topic, which is forget the gears. Gears doesn't matter if you are starting out as a photographer. You could have a DSLR camera, you could have a smartphone, you could have a mirrorless, anything at all would do the work. You just need to have a device that can capture images. That is all. Because there is just so much to learn from this photography journey that you literally do not have the time to waste on deciding which gear to pick. Whatever your budget allows you, just get that gear. It's fine for the time being. When I started out, I'm recording in my first camera ever. It was my Canon 77D. It is a Canon 77D. I recently upgraded to DJI Mic Mini. It's a very nice, pretty little mic. But apart from that, this setup is very simple. I'm using my first ever owned camera, Canon 77D, with a kit lens 18-135mm IS USM 2 and f3.5 to 5.6. This is the configuration of my setup. I'm using a table lamp as a key light in my video, and this is the simplicity of this entire setup. So if you are a beginner, you really do not need to worry about your gears at all. Just get started with whatever you have. If you want to purchase a camera, yes, I would suggest get a camera with interchangeable lens, get a camera with bigger sensor. Micro Four Thirds is good as well, but if you can, get an APS-C, and best if you can get a full frame, but that is not what I would suggest. Start with APS-C. It is a very good starting point. Then the next point, which is very important and very handy, that is follow the greatest creators of all time. You go to YouTube, you go to Instagram and search out your favorite photographers from all across the platform and follow their artwork. It is such a great opportunity, guys. You just go out there, you learn from the masters itself. They are posting their artwork for free and you can learn their composition, their lighting, their editing techniques. Often people write their thought process, their ideology behind the caption, and you can read it. You can compare it with the image and you can understand how and why an image was made. It is such a pristine source of learning, pristine source of information and consumption that you can never get tired of it. So second thing you must do, which I am absolutely putting the most important, first you get your camera, and the next thing you do, even before clicking your next photograph, is follow some good creators. They will teach you how to guide your mind to do the right thing. Without the basics, you cannot go to the advanced level, and that is a truth. Simply you have to believe. One of my favorite authors, Mr. Ankur Warikoo, he says that a pro is that amateur who simply showed up every day, which means that you are an amateur today, but if you know the basics and you keep doing on your basics, if you keep practicing on it, then you will be a pro very soon, very soon. It is not a matter of certainty, it is a matter of time. That's it. You will be a pro, but just in the right time, at the right moment, when your time will come. So please learn the basics. Develop your observation. This is crucial. When we are talking about observation, it is very important that we have the right mindset and right eyes to look in the beauty of things, look in the beauty of the matters that surround us. How can you do that? If you are a beginner, there is a very simple technique which I personally followed and I suggest to every single beginner nowadays, and that is a 30 days challenge inside your room. There are two levels to this challenge, the easier one and a harder one. The easier one being you have to capture 2 photographs every day inside your house. Your entire house is your limit. You cannot go outside your house, you cannot look outside through the windows or the doors. Everything inside the house will be your point of interest. And the next level, the harder one, is you confine yourself only to the room, your bedroom or your living room or your dining room. You pick any room of your choice, and then for the next 30 days keep on taking 2 pictures of different objects every day using different composition, different light, different color grading, different editing, and compare. It feels very easy for the first couple of days, but after that things start to get a little bit complicated, and by the end of the 30th month you will be a person with much more wisdom, observational power, and so much knowledge about light, composition, and in general photographic basics. So this is such an important and effective practice that you could try. I don't know if any other pro suggested, but I personally liked this method. I have been following it and it helped me. Even now sometimes I practice this, not for 30 days but for 10-15 days, but still I very much enjoy this one. Next one, learn videography. Videography is, guys, the staple of today's internet. Photography and fun part, photography and videography go side by side. So if you are a photographer, you can very well be a videographer or a cinematographer if you want to, and if you want to learn your skills to that level, because learning videography and exposing yourself as a photographer through your videos will give you much more views. I'm talking in a very real terms, guys. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they run on video. Your images need to be converted into interesting video platforms so that people find them interesting enough to follow you, and as they will follow you, you will gain a huge follower base sooner or later in the longer run, not now. Do not worry about followers or other people's comments at all. It is not the time to chase followers. It is the time to build your base. It is the time to build your skills and represent the world what you have learned. This thing helps you with 2 ways. First is you learn and you get to see your progress through the time in your profile as you go on, and then the world is also seeing your growth. So you have a base of authenticity here. So when you become a big deal in the photography community few years or months later, that time people will see that, people will notice your authenticity from this journey only. So they will develop a bond with you, and as well as you will retrospect on your learnings as well. Learn videography, keep posting. That's it. Practice, and practice. You have to practice every single day. You have to be there. You have to be inside your house, in your room, practicing photography, learning editing, learning from YouTube, learning from courses, learning from Skillshare. I'm not sponsored anyways in any way. I'm just naming out some platforms. And most of all, you have to be out there in the right times. You have to go out, you have to shoot, you have to learn, you have to retrospect, you have to introspect, and you have to keep looking on your images as a form of art over and over again. This is how you grow. This is just like learning any new concept. Just keep on focusing, learning, keep on consuming knowledge, and learn through it. It is very easy, very enjoyable, and very promising for a photographer, for a beginner photographer. So with that being said, we are hoping to keep this video short. We will meet soon in the next video. Until then, take care, adios, and goodbye.